Okay, so I survived the day of Jihad. Um, Now, bringing up this topic along with several others, things that are going on now. Uh, Everyone put a scare into everybody. I guess there were schools closed and people took this threat quite seriously. Uh, how it played out where I was is on a very busy intersection by an area that's congested with just all kinds of shops. It's a commercial area, it's a big street uh, in Greensboro. And they had a demonstration. I kind of didn't realize it, but there were a lot of people there demonstrating in one area, and a sizable group, enough that you'd notice. Uh, I don't know, because the only thing I seen is somebody with a cell phone taking a video from across the street, and the only thing they said is the police were there to keep the people from interrupting traffic because it is a very, very busy intersection. Okay? So the police went there and just kept people out of the road so they didn't get killed, run over. But that was about it. I was kind of surprised that there was a fairly sizable turnout of people, I'd say a few hundred maybe, to protest, and they were uh, pro Hamas. That's another thing that shocked people and got them quite upset about it. But like I stated before, it's not my place to comment one way or the other because I really don't know much about, well, I do know something about it, but I don't know the details on what's happening now with this conflict. But it's another conflict that's pretty bad, okay? The one we've been dealing with for a year, is bad, but this was very emotional, and, pretty brutal too. So, how this all kind of plays into it, and I'm watching several things now. As you know, some of my videos were talking about metals and the gold back and all this other stuff, and the economy. We have inflation. We probably have a looming recession coming up. A lot of people are losing their jobs. Okay. Things economically do not look good. And I mean, I think they're going to start getting a little weird here coming up through the end of this year and again all through next year leading up to the election. Okay? A lot of things are going to be happening and not good things, put it that way. This is just a start. So you have this conflict, you have the political leader get on TV and say to have a worldwide, a global attack. Okay, I don't know. I haven't checked the news. I don't know other than protests and things like that. I don't believe there were any acts of terrorism. The only thing I did hear is on that Friday in France. But then again, Europe has a lot of tension and these violent outbreaks from these political groups happen quite often. But in France, 2 people got stabbed, a teacher in a school or college or something, and a security agent by somebody, I guess, carrying out the orders or whatever. Who knows? But that's the only act of violence I've heard about or read about, Then again, with the way the news is reported, unless it fits a certain context, who knows what's really happening. So, even though it kind of aggravated me, the politicians act foolishly, like when the governor of New York, you've seen the clip, where she gets on and says there's nothing to worry about, there's nothing to panic. I've just put every single law enforcement department on alert, have everybody on duty, all the off-duty cops are on duty and in uniform, and notified the National Guard. And don't worry, you're mobilizing for war and you're telling everyone not to worry about it, go about your business. Kind of stupid, but then again, politicians got to cover their asses and do this stupid shit, because if something did happen, then they would criticize that you didn't do anything. So it's part of the game. But is this all part of a plan? Because, and this is just because of my own personal interest fooling around with the goldbacks and that I'm keeping track of metal prices. Okay? And also in my spare time watching a lot of these videos about precious metals and stacking, silver stacking, gold stacking. It all comes out to the same as buying stocks, or it's all the same mechanism. Okay? You can do the same thing with a mutual fund or buying stocks. It goes up, it goes down, whatever. So you're watching it, and when this started last weekend, everything took a bump up. Gold and silver. All of them went up. Now, it's Monday morning, and of course that's where they fix the price of gold in London. So you're going back a few hours, they already got their morning fix. Everything is starting to go back down. And a lot of people say that if a recession comes and people holding a lot of this stuff decides while it's high to get rid of it, okay, you're going to see this huge influx drop into the market, and then you're going to see the price really come down. A lot of people are predicting the way that it has gone up, it looks like there's going to be a huge thing for all precious metals taking a huge hit and going down. Okay, which the name of the game, how true it is, I don't know, other than some goldbacks and a handful of coins that I have. I don't have a lot of money tied up, so one way or the other, it doesn't matter to me. Just something I do to amuse myself. I don't have, like you see these people, giant bars, bars of silver, gold coins, and all this. Nah, I got away from that years ago. So you got that. Now, on the other hand, ammunition. Ammunition keeps dropping. Okay, if you buy online from any of the major retailers, you'll see that their prices are dropping. Like a case now used to be $259 for 1,000 rounds of foreign-made ammo. Now it's down, I think, $229 or something, depending where you go. And what it is, we're getting a glut again. People are short on cash. Money's tight. People are not buying. And truthfully, if you get 1,000 rounds or so, 9 and 1,000 rounds or so for your AR, and some shotgun shells and some other stuff, you really are pretty well got your ass covered in case there's a problem. You don't need 10,000 rounds of ammo, and much like when we're talking, you have, the precious metals, money, the economy. A lot of people equate ammunition, and it is possible, because at its height, I think a box of 9mm cartridges were going for anywhere from $60 to $80. I think $80 is what it was in the middle of the dry spell here the last few years. So yeah, if you buy a bunch of them for $12 or $13, and people can't get them, and they'll pay you $25, $30 a box, yeah, you can make some money. It's all the same. And a lot of people brought up the fact that trading ammunition in a time of crisis will be just as good as money, because your money ain't worth shit. Okay? And if you need ammo to save your ass, people are going to pay you whatever you're asking. That's the bad part of it, and people do. Okay, so the idea is don't get caught short. Like I said in the one video, just a few little things, some spare food. Matter of fact, I got to go get propane. I got to fill up a couple canisters of propane or tanks for the gas grill, and I got a propane stove in case we lose power. I can set up. And just be ready. That way, if something gets weird for a week or two or something, you're all set. I ain't got to worry about it. But again, financially, you know, what little I got, I try not to lose it all in the market or my 401k or something. But times are going to get tough here. So that's the way I see it. So stay tuned, and I'll bring you some more updates on all this fun, weird stuff as we go along. All right, thank you.